Hello, everybody. I'm Benny, coach of House Luxray for the GLDL Draft League in the Superior Division. I know it's a bit late for draft analysis since the draft has ended more than a week ago, but I wanted to do one anyway. First of all, if you think that I'm talking funny, it's because English is not my first language, so you'll have to bear with me for the whole season with my game matches. So first thing, my first pick was Tapu Fini. I really wanted that mod, even though it was a tier zero, I think. So it was 60 point instead of 50, like all other tier ones. I wanted it regardless because I think Tapu Fini in a draft format is just one of the more versatile mon. Like we all know, it gets Moonblast, Doesn't Gleam, Muddy Water with the Calm Mindset or the Choice Spec sets, but uh, it's so much more versatile than that. Like it gets a lot of support moves such as Haze to eliminate stat changes, Ill Pulse to heal your partner, Taunt to shut down walls, and even some more obscure support move like Soak to turn everything into pure water types. So it negates stab from attack and makes it weak to attack like grass and electric type, which are two types that I've drafted. So I'm really happy about this pick, even though it meant that I would get 10 points less for my free picks. So next up, I wanted to build around my support mons. So I've drafted Grimmsnarl from tier 1. Grimmsnarl is just an inside pick. We all know what it does. It's a prankster mon with a plethora of moves like the screen, stunt, fake out. We can trick Edgic Button, it gets T-Wave, uh, stab, foul play, which is nice, spirit break for Spatak drop. It even gets like uh, it has sucker punch. It has a good overall um, offensive move pool as well. Fake tears is a big thing with Tapu Fini. It pairs really well. So not much else to talk about Grimmsnarl that we don't already know. Next up is Ferrothorn. Keep in mind my mons are not ordered uh, in the order I've drafted them. They're ordered in tiers. So in tier 2, I got two mons. I've got Ferrothorn first. Um, Ferrothorn is a good wall. It's a grass type for my fire water grass core. Uh, has access to Iron Defense Body Press, Leech Shield, offensive move like Garrow Ball, Power Whip. Um, it gets knockoff through breeding, so it's not a transfer move. It has access to knockoff to eliminate items uh, on the opposing team. Has also access to Swords Dance if you want to go on the offensive side. Um, Overall, it's a great mon. Um, it's slow, so it can work well in Trick Room, which is nice. Speaking of Trick Room, one of my early picks was Ruinclus. I knew getting into the draft that I wanted a strong Trick Room oriented team. So I've decided to go with Ruinclus as a Trick Room setter because it was only a tier 3, which is good value for that mon, in my opinion. It has access to 3 good abilities, the first of which is Overcoat, which is basically a free safety goggles. Magic Guard, which negates every recoil damage that is not direct damage from an attack. and also has access to Regenerator, which heals 33% on switch-ins, which is also a great ability. So I can customize Runiculus as I wish every week. Trick Room also has access to Calm Mind. Um, the special moveset is kind of lackluster. It only gets like Thunder, not even Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, Flash Cannon, and Energy Ball, and I believe that is pretty much it for coverage. Also has access to Screen, Paint Split, Recover. So so far my team is pretty fat. It was something I was deliberately going for. I wanted fat tanks that can out defense the opponent and outstall them. So Runiculus with his 110 HP definitely fits that category. So next up we have Rotom Heat. It completes my Water Fire Grass core really well. These three mon together are going to be very annoying, I feel, for my opponents to prepare, just because they pair each other so well. Um, I'm not going to talk too much about Rotom because I feel like everybody knows it. Will-O-Wisp, Nasty Plot, Electroweb, Screens, Volt Switch. Um, also has access to T-Wave, Trick, Ally Switch if I feel like it. So that's Rotom for you. Next up, I have Alucha. Because my Tapu Fini has access to Misty Terrain, um, I wanted a support mon and an offensive mon that can abuse the terrain with Unburden. And so far into the draft, the two that I wanted was either Hitmonlee or Alucha. Um, and I felt like Hitmonlee in Tier 3 was a bit too much. Like Alucha has access to Stab, Max or Stream, has other abilities like Mold Breaker, which may come in handy. Where outside of Unburden, Hitmonlee doesn't have much going for it. Alucha can be offensive with close combat, acrobatics, as coverage for fairy types in Iron Head. Also has access to Rock Slide, I believe. Yes, Rock Slide. But it also has like good support move as well, such as Taunt, Coaching. I believe it gets Feather Dance. Yes, Feather Dance, which works like exactly like Charm, so it's a -2 attack, which can be really annoying. Also has access to Quick Guard. So it's definitely the fastest one on my team, and probably the only one that is above 90. Um, but I feel like Alucha is a decent pick. Allows me to, with 118 in speed and unburden, it means that I can pretty much only invest like a few EVs in speed, and with that I'll outspeed a Regieleki, and I can like max the bulk and go adamant if I want. So that's a Lucha for you. Next up, I have Aldino. Aldino is a tier 5, just like Gradient, Golurk, and Garbodor. I drafted my tier 5 kind of early, I believe, and the reason is I wanted to get as much value as I could in the low tier. Odino is a very bulky mon. It is another trick room setter for my team, which was really needed considering I'm pretty slow. Has access to Regenerator, which is, if I feel like it, I can do a Regenerator core with Reuniclus. Has Healer, which has a chance to heal status move at the end of each turn. So healer paired with the fact that I have Misty Terrain means that getting status on my team um, will be hard for my opponents. And outside of Trick Room, Odino gets really good support move in helping N, Yon, Life Do, I believe. Yes. And also Il Pulse, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Il Pulse. Um, so yeah, a really good support mon for T5. Really bulky one at that, so it won't die easily. I'm pretty happy with that pick. Next up, I have Gradient. Gradient is a good belly drummer setter for that tier. Really fat mon with 100 HP. 95 on the physical side is nothing to sneeze at. Belly drum body slam has access to a lot of good coverage move in the elemental fangs, seed bomb, um, super power, crunch also I think, yes, earthquake, and even still move like Garubal. So overall, a really good bond. Two abilities related to eating berries, which depending on the situation, one might be better than the other. Though I feel like Chick Pouch will be more often than not more useful than Gluttony, since you can just slap a citrus berry, get a third of your 25 of your HP, then another 33. So you get down to 50 with Belly Drum and you heal 58%. So it means that with Chick Pouch and Citrus Berry, um, you get back to full. So it's really good. Next up is Golork. Golurk helps me deal with Psychic type because outside of Dark from Grimmsnarl, um, Psychic can be really annoying to deal with, so Golurk helps with that. It's also a ground type, which helps with steel types that so far only my Rotom could hit steel types with super effective damage. Um, has access to no guard, which is a great ability. It means that every move that targets Golurk or that are coming from Golurk will guarantee hit. So stab move like High Horsepower and Poltergeist, which has small chances to miss and that are very annoying when you miss them. They are guaranteed to hit with no guard. Also have Iron Fist with Drain Punch and Elemental Punches, which is also good. Kind of a slow man. Um, I would have preferred it to be slower for my Trick Room, but 55 is still okay. 124 attack is really good. Bulk is okay, but not everything to get excited about. But it's a tier 5, so it's okay. And the fact that I will most likely run it max HP every week because of the Trick Room helps with the bulk. Next up, I'll talk about Riolu. Riolu is another of my early picks. I think I picked it with in pair with Reuniclus. The reason behind it was for Copycat. Uh, Prankster Copycat with Max Guard from Reuniclus, if it uses Trick Room, means I get a Prankster Trick Room off, which is another way to get to guarantee my Trick Room going up without taking damage on my Reuniclus. Also has Prankster Coaching with my physical mons. And helping end. So Riolu as a support mon in tier 4, I think works very well with my team. And it also has access to helping hand and high jump kick. I mean, 17 attacks. I will never run bulk on that thing, so it's always most likely gonna be max attack, max speed, so high jump kick, um, might come in handy in some situations. And last but not least, we have Garbodor. Um, I'm not really sure about that pick. Um, there was only one time I got sniped in the draft, and it was on the last turn. I was aiming for Spiritomb, which would have been another Trick setter for my team, but it got drafted right before me. So I ended up picking Garbodor. Um, Garbodor with Weak Armor can be relatively fast, though it makes it less bulky. Um, I can even, if I feel like it, like if I know my opponent has only contact move, I can I can build my Garbodor specifically to deal with those man to kill me and get a 25% damage hit when I die. Other than that, Garbodor is a has a relatively good physical coverage. Um, it's not really a good support mon. Outside of being an attacker, uh, it doesn't do much in doubles. Like, granted, in singles, Spike's and Toxic Spike is insane, but in doubles, uh, there's not much. It has access to Ace and Explosion, which can maybe come in handy in some situation. Um, Stats are okay, but nothing amazing. So that wraps up my draft. Like I said, the general idea of the team was getting fat mons that can work inside of Trick Room for the most part of them. Um, yeah, my goal for the season is to play the long game, play slow, let my opponent burn his Dynamax, pivot around the threats, and chip away at my opponent and win my games like that. So I think I have a really solid team, um, more than most people give it credit for. Uh, Maybe they just don't see the things I see in the team, but I feel like it's really strong. Um, the I have very few weaknesses on my team because of the general core of the team. Synergy, I mean, the general synergy, the typing synergy. Uh, like I said in the beginning, this fire water grass core is going to be disgusting to deal with, I feel. Um, Reuniclus, I think, is just solid. I have Unburdened, support option, um, and low tiers that can function well with the team as well. So, yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of my team. I know on Discord, most people already talked about the things, but um, I would like to hear specifically what you have to think about my team. And we'll see you in season through my matches. So, good luck to all the coaches, and I wish everyone a good season and goodbye.